of us in this little island is suffering from a serious eye condition. We blind. I say we blind. Ooh.
Browsing around the area, I caught up with this general, a man who I have not seen for many years. How are you doing?
Just keeping cool as usual.
Okay, for those persons out there who might not know who I'm talking about, let them know who you are.
And this is Crazy Angle, the man who used to control the Prophet Calypso tent. This is the Crazy Angle.
Way back in the 80s?
80, 81, 82.
Yes, I realize that you have made a great contribution in the Calypso world. Tell me one of your biggest hit songs.
Every year missing me used to have a hit. All of us in this little island is suffering from a serious eye condition. We blind. I say we blind. Ooh. Things must be at a distance from me before we could open our eyes to see, cause we blind. I say we blind. Ooh. We could see apartheid in South Africa, but we can't see the right things that go down here. How black man does hate the black brother. We could see Colonel Gaddafi of Libya. We know he has the desert dictator, but we can't see Maurice Bishop of Grenada. So what I say is convex lens for everyone.
Contact lens for everyone. That's the man Crazy Angle himself.
Here savings one for you. Here Harry Nantan. You understand? And here Dukuna.
Angle, what would have caused you to sing a song like that back in the day?
You see, every Calypsonian in our tent around St. Vincent have a topic or has something to sing about. You look around the country, you see what's going on, and you resonate with something. We blind, didn't actually came from me. This guy, Bailey, Vibot Bailey, he was the man who come up with the idea.
So how you felt back then in those days when you actually sang the song and the song take off the way it did?
When I start in 74. And no experience, just want to be a Calypsonian because how can the man who really bring me out now?
Okay.
Yeah, Lara. Yeah, and then when he leave, I start to go on my own, write this, write that, but I wasn't that powerful. You understand?
Right.
Until when I go Trinidad. When I go Trinidad and I see and know what is Calypso. When I come back to see me, so I tell everybody, me I go get come this year now. But then, when they come, there was no carnival.
Okay.
Volcano. But still, I'm going to still get come because I was independent. I reached back just in time for independent. I come up with that to give thanks.
Wow. Who were some of the Calypsonians then at that time?
Well, you have Peter Bush, Prince Aichal, you had Banku, Gaudin Wenta, you have Zion, you have a lot of Calypsonians from the Prophet.
So what was your experience like in Trinidad?
Well,
I mean, comparing to that Calypso tent at the time.
That's when I know how to control a tent, what to do with a tent, how to go about a tent. Because the tent was a virtuous tent, but after 1979, them guys go. And we need a tent. So we step up now and call meeting with everybody and continue from right there.
Were you able to win the Calypso crown?
No. They had 4 crowns in Georgetown, I win 3.
So you were able to win 3 crowns?
But not the carnival. 4 Paris I reached was first run out.
Oh, you got first run up,
Yeah.
and then that's when Banku became the...
No.
Wasn't Banku
Gao.
then?
Gao.
Oh, Gao was the one
Yeah,
who...
them time-
Okay. Banku wasn't
never
there.
enter. Banku come into this business 1976. He win 1976. 77, no. He win 1978. 79, no. He win 81, and that was it.
Okay. So in terms of getting on the stage in town, what was it like for you guys then?
Oh, that was a big experience. Because when you're in Georgetown and Spotlight Stadium, you might see 2,000 people in the stadium. And you feel that is it. But when you go Victoria Park, you see over 20,000 people. This is a far different something.
Okay,
Big experience.
Right.
And you see, in any place you sing, St. Vincent, Barbados, Trinidad, always look out for the north stand. Bad boys, they north stand. They'll get stoned from the north stand. Eh? Keep that in mind.
Yeah, just talking about stones. Have you ever experienced singing on a stage and
Yeah.
actually had somebody throwing
Yeah.
stuff on you?
The first time I go national semi-final, 1976.
That was in Kingston?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this guy, jet condition. He had me, Joker, and Mighty P. So he had this guy from Bottom Tongue, jet condition, and he didn't show his position. So he just tip off the tongue man them for me and Joker. Nothing happened to Mighty P. But from the time I see paper, the same time I singing shit, you see toilet paper, I move. But Joker never moved. They send a battle on the same place, the battle come from Joker, send it back the same place.
Oh, really?
There was a big uprising and police decided to lock up Joker. But there was Hawk, there was Summers, all those guys come in. That couldn't happen. I was to go give Sukana meet up with two souls, but then he had this guy Bunny from Stubbs. He used to be the keyboard man for Climax. He had the man who take us give Sukana.
Okay, so in those days was Afatusos
Two souls was the band
that played for the
put
Prophet
10.
Calypso
But when we
10.
get picked now it was Climax.
Okay.
We had also go and practice that. So was the Climax sometimes.
Can you remember any of those Calypsonians then back from Kingston? I mean, in the wrong, who used to make national then?
Yeah, he got Hawk. Very long after up comes Soso. But he have, let me see, he have Toiler, he have Professor, he have Poser, he have Hawk, he have Vibratus Cakes. Just to name a few.
Wow. So then it's like you're going down to meet the bad guys, you know, so you have to be real good back
He
then.
wasn't it that day bad.
What was this? Go ahead.
It was they from tongue, they no tongue. We from country. We had to build something for the being tongue.
Right,
You understand?
right.
But then in 1982 now, when the three bad men go to town, Angle, Gao and Aichal, it was totally something different. Because we sit down in this little meeting, having a smoke, and hear some guys talking about Anglo, Gao and Aichal and the cherry right there. We just eat and live out easy.
I think Aichal himself too had a very, very popular song, right? One Love, One Heart.
Well, we are the only two guys out of Charleston that really come up with a national anthem. You know. Remember, he have One Love,
Right.
81, and Anglo have We Blind, 82. But in between, everybody used to get a play, but them two tunes used to go from sun up to sundown.
Well, you have really, you know, had a great experience and
Yeah, man. And if you remember this, you know,
Mhm.
79, Independent. Have it 80, 81, Beat Upon, Road March, and Venereal Disease competition come one time. Had three different come at the same time.
captured 3 crowns, but in the Georgetown area.
The fourth one was We Blind, but then Gao beat me. And come up first one up.
When you entered the national in Kingston, how many times did you do that? You
2
entered.
times.
What were the 2 songs?
6 was Blow Away. I'll give you a piece of that. You know last year when I sing, they didn't give me anything. Last year when I sing, a weakness in mighty pig the king. Lord, I help with Harry and Tan. They tell me, boy, Blue get the second. I have to stand up like a dead bird to no beat a bushy and I'll get third.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one, and well, you know, 82 was We Blind.
You didn't make it to the final.
No,
it was
no,
just
no.
the semi-finals.
That's the semi-final, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those was the days,
You
man.
won't believe. In my career singing, I used to write 3 calypsos. 2 and leave back 1. If I get picked for final in Georgetown, I bring the next one. Sometimes you never had time to practice the next one. At Calypsonian want a song, I pass that song. A Calypsonian beat me with that same song.
Right.
Just like that.
Okay.
You know, about 3 times I can sing my own song, you know.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so you also compose
Because
songs.
you see,
yeah.
me now, me like to help out. I got lots of guys in the tent, used to sing out a key, used to some line longer than some. We have to get help for Charles And like from March, we start pull Calypsonian on one side and start straighten them out. Profit have to be good.
Right.
So that was the part of profit that used to make us unique with a different style. You understand?
Who was some of the sponsors back then for the Prophet?
Sponsors?
If you were actually getting any.
The sponsors was we the Calypsonians.
So you guys were actually struggling on your own?
Yeah. But then when we register in town, he give us a big ease. Because they used to give us some money now. That if they give us a time when they're gonna come out.
That's from CDC, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They give us a time when they're gonna come out and judge it then. So we prepare ourselves, go practice, blah blah blah. Then the money that remain from that now, put it in the bank. So next year the struggle is not like this year anymore.
Right, right.
You understand? The next year now we don't have to struggle. We just have to get a vehicle to go practice.
Okay, okay.
We have money. Good pay.
Yeah. So in those days was really a struggle. Well, I mean, Calypsonians have moved forward and, you know,
Yeah, but
I think things have gotten a little bit better.
When I go to National semi-final 1976, you know what was my pay?
Oh.
$20. We get $20 and we feel good. Because at the time, guys, big man used to work for $11.40.
Okay.
So $20 to
Was a lot of money then.
Teenager.
Mm-hmm.
But then 82, things was much different because we get $470, something like that, for national semi.
Right, it means that they step up the game, and I
Big
think
step
they're
up.
still stepping up the
Yeah,
game,
big step up.
and we're still hoping that they still step up the game even more.
Yeah, well, you see, we clear a lot of points through. You see, man, like Pose, I think me and Pose come out the same year now. You understand?
Okay, okay.
Skakes was with a band. So you could say well, Skakes the oldest Calypsonian right now. And Pose.
Thanks for sharing your experience with me. What are you doing now in terms of singing?
Me like a shadow type, right?
Right.
You say soca, them young people could manage the soca, they could wobble the tongue, me can't do that. You want to hear this?
Go ahead.
King Gao say, he don't like me. And Gao say, he hate me. Anytime I come in Georgetown, he shooting me with his mother gun. So me tell him, bring your mother gun and come. And he run in.
So is that actually just Calypso, is it?
Just Calypso,
Just Calypso.
just Calypso. You see? Gao is a good guy.
Yeah, right, right.
A very good guy. Regardless to if he's singing good now or not singing good, he's a good guy. You have to respect him.
Yeah, have
So-
to respect the king. Big up to the king.
When
King
you remember
Gao.
them guys, you have to call them name.
Exactly.
That tension. You have to call them name. The people
That's
know they're
right,
still
that's
alive.
right.
You understand?
Yeah.
But it's not nothing I see against. Nothing personal.
Okay, okay.
You know?
Just checking. So,
Yeah.
as we say, when it comes to the Prophet Calypso tent, it's now the Windward Calypso tent. I
Okay.
mean, and it's still struggling. Persons has been making their contribution, but as time goes on, you know,
But you
things
see,
has
the thing with
changed.
band, if you have a band,
And because of the same ban issue, you
Ban.
know, it kind of have a setback on the tent.
you must have a band. You must
Yeah.
have a band.
Yeah. But I'm happy that you share your experience with me, and I'm happy that I meet you here.
Yeah.
And I want to wish you all the best, you know.
Hopefully we'll come home this year.
The Man Crazy Angle, I mean, you know, Vincy Mass is coming up. It's our national festival. And I know persons would always like to hear your contribution. So anytime you're ready to let go the thing, just let it go. You know what I mean?
I'm not against the government. I respect my government. But something that me just see here, I just like sing about them.
Okay, okay.
And that them they can't, it's not really social commentary. You understand?
Uh-huh.
But it's very strong. I'm not gonna sing and say labor this. NDP, no.
No, you just
That's
keep
not.
it straight.
Most things we just do keep my calypso straight. Like me have a tune, she continue to live. Right?
Mhm.
It's not a political something, but it's a way of my life. Since last September, I'm looking for a job. And believe me, my sister, up to this day, I can't get none. Well, you could just imagine the way the Anglo feel. Because I had no cultivation to even repart on your seed. Now I have a woman with a big belly and two others who have children already. Still some people about me say how are lazy, but it's work I can get here in this country. So you see why you're scrunting to get a bread. What about my children? Some say I had to scrunt until I dead, begging for a 10 cent. But I scrunting for tea, breakfast and dinner. Just because I can do better. It look like they burn a bad light on me. I even scrunt a woman who dead already.
Oh boy.
So you scrunting.
There you have it, guys. The angle. But before we close off, is there anything you want to say to anybody? You want to shout out anybody? You know?
Just some Calypso 10. All the 10 King song, regardless to all the Calypsonians, prepare yourself, brother, because every year it's a struggle and every year somebody coming to defeat somebody. Yeah.
Thank you so much and all the best to you.
Respect.
There you have it,
Yeah.
Crazy Angle.
Yeah, respect. One love.
One love.
Since last September, I'm looking for a job. And believe me, my sister, up to this day, I can't get on.